Around the Ozarks is now on your FM radio. Listen to Around the Ozarks mornings with Grace Gooley as I spotlight local people, stories, and podcasts, all while playing the country legends of the 90s and the hit makers of the 2000s. It's on the Ozarks' best country, 105.1 The Bull. It's time for Around the Ozarks News, sponsored by the Springfield Greene County Park Board, Thompson Sales, Advanced Car Care, Smouse Brothers, and United Plumbing. Here are your hosts, Ethan and Sarah Foreheads.
Hey, good morning, Sarah and Diana again this morning. Ethan should be back tomorrow morning, so thanks for tuning in, and happy Monday. The weekend is over.
So sad.
I know.
But here we are.
Spring break is over. You know,
back to reality, parents.
Yes.
Back to reality.
And back to reality. All right. Here is some news for you. Springfield-based Convoy of Hope is responding to severe flooding in Hawaii. Days of heavy rain there have triggered some of the worst flooding in the state that they have seen in decades. Thousands of residents on Oahu have been forced to evacuate, with homes, roads, and even a hospital affected. More than 200 people have been rescued so far, including dozens of children from a spring break camp. Also, the situation could get even worse because they are concerned that a levee could break as that rainfall continues, like a dam could give way. Convoy is delivering essential relief supplies to survivors, and you can follow along with Convoy's response if you're interested on social media. So hard because they had the fires not that long ago.
I know. A lot of it looked like it was mostly North Shore, which avoids a lot of like the tourist Waikiki.
Yeah.
Still awful.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we have these pictures to show you as promised. This is the design that Springfield released on Friday. And take a look. I mean, they look
the convention
really cool,
center, right?
This is the potential convention center. And yeah, they were talking about, hey, we are going to do the big reveal. It got pushed back a little bit because of the developer or the potential developer. And here it is. What do you think, Diana?
I mean, it looks very futuristic to me, is my first glance. But second glance, I really like all the big open windows. It kind of reminds me, you know, how Branson has their convention center. They have a lot of big open windows, as you can see, like the Branson landing area. So I picture this looking over the beautiful Jordan Valley Park.
Yeah. It does look cool. And again, this is the conceptual design for the potential new convention center, of course, ahead of the April election. So we are not voting on the design of it. What we will be voting on is the tax to support it or not, a hotel motel tax. So primarily visitors would be paying that to raise the money in order to get this thing built or not. So we shall see.
I've run across a lot of people with very strong feelings one way or another. And I think it is interesting. The percentage of the tax is really not all that much, even for tourism and visitors. So I thought that was interesting compared to like our neighbors, like in similar areas like St. Louis and Kansas City. We're not really asking for that much more that visitors are used to paying. Like we're used to paying in St. Louis. They're gouging us up there compared to what potentially we could be asking here. So
I still feel very undecided, to be honest with you, because for me, it's not even necessarily about the tax. It's about if you build it, will they come? Instead of if you build it, they will come. If you build it, will they come? You know what I'm like? I don't know. I really wanted to see it closer to Branson because I feel like Branson is such an attraction for people from way outside the area. But I could be wrong about that. I get it. You know what I mean? Because I haven't done all the research and all the stuff that they've done, but I just don't want it 5 years from now sitting empty.
No. And here's the thing. A lot of people will say, like, we already have a convention center. We really don't. We don't. It doesn't have a kitchen. And I have friends that work at the Visit Springfield office. Yeah. And one that actually her job is to bring big groups here. There's been two groups that I'm familiar with, one more than the other. The Springfield or the State Parks and Recreation convention was actually hosted here, I think back in like 2015. they said they'll never come back. They'll never come back because we don't have the proper infrastructure. We don't have breakout rooms. They were having to go from the expo center across the street. And that didn't lend itself to what they needed. And they're not coming back. And then another one was like the National Baptist Association. They won't come back either. And so they're going somewhere else, and they have the opportunity to come here, and we can get some nice sales tax dollars from that.
Right.
And support area businesses. So I'm for
it. What
it.
about the Oasis? Do people go to the Oasis?
Small. It's too small. I mean, again,
I've never stayed there. I've hosted some things there, nothing huge, but
I mean, for just think the magnitude of what we really need. We don't have it at Springfield, and they're going to go somewhere. So if we want them to come here, then I would say vote yes. So I'll be controversial. Maybe people won't like me for that. And I'm not necessarily one to support a bunch of taxes that are unnecessary, but I've seen it on a number of different levels.
You believe it?
I do. Well,
I'm not sold yet, just so you know.
No, I know you have strong feelings on it, which is fine.
Well, I actually don't. Like, that's the thing is, like, I can't decide. Like, typically with political stuff, I do have a strong opinion. I have a strong sense one way or the other. On this one, I mean, not on everything, but on a lot of things. But on this one, I'm like,
Well, and I've talked to my friends who have said it's not a matter of if, guys. We are going to get a convention center. It is going to truly be how it's funded. So we can either have visitors pay for it, or in the long run, we'll end up paying for it. And if it doesn't pass, it's going to put us back decades. I mean, because we are not moving.
Diana has drank the Kool-Aid, guys. I'm just saying.
Drank it. I got it. Let's do this.
I'm kidding.
Okay.
I mean, really, I am kidding, by the way.
Okay. I'm sure you guys are sick of my rant, but do your research. They put together a lot of great tools, a lot of misconceptions out there. So do your research. There is information out there. So on to sports. It was a big sports weekend for us.
It was good and bad, depending on which team you're rooting for. So
right. So the Missouri State Lady Bears season sadly has come to an end after the loss in the NCAA tournament. The team fell to top-seeded Texas in Austin, with the Longhorns dominating from the opening minutes. So Missouri State struggled offensively and was outmatched in size and speed throughout the game. The Lady Bears made it to the big, dance after winning the Conference USA tournament, but they also beat Stephen F. Austin in the first four. So,
I mean, to make it to the big dance, like for their first year in this conference, is seriously incredible. I hope that they're excited about that.
Yeah.
Even though that was a rough game for them.
Hey, just the fact that we're getting like televised is a big deal. Like
it is,
yes,
absolutely. It's a huge deal too for recruiting new students, same with the boys football program over there,
sure.
It's a big deal.
Well, on to this. Another, this one is a good one. Big congratulations are in order for Logan Rogersville winning the state MSHA Class 4 basketball title for the first time since 1982. They won Saturday, defeating the Clayton Greyhounds with a score of 72-36. So congrats, Wildcats. That's awesome.
Yeah, amazing.
Big deal. And baseball fans in Springfield have a big night ahead as the Springfield Cardinals host the St. Louis Cardinals at Hammonds Field. The Cardinals versus Cardinals exhibition game as a final tune-up before the Major League season begins later this week. Several formers, I feel like when you're in baseball, Springfield players will return to Hammonds, now suiting up for the big league club. First pitch is set for 6:05 this evening, with pregame events starting earlier in the afternoon. I'm excited. I'm going to be there. So
it's
talk
awesome.
to me about the Expo Center and
I'm just excited about spring baseball. When baseball starts, it means that it is spring. So that's
for
exciting.
Sure.
It officially sprung, by the way, on Friday. So. All right. A major crime crackdown across Southwest Missouri. A lot of it is focusing on Greene, Christian, and Jasper counties, which is the Joplin area. More than 100 people being charged. The 2-day operation brought together federal, state, local agencies, all of them trying to target violent offenders. And that they did. Authorities seized dozens of firearms and large amounts of drugs, drug paraphernalia, including fentanyl and meth, Officials say the effort focused heavily on Springfield and Joplin specifically. Prosecutors now face the challenge of handling those dozens of new cases from the big sweep.
Yeah, way to go. Well, a massive fire destroyed 3 lakefront homes at Lake of the Ozarks. Just terrible. But firefighters fought the blaze for hours in an area without fire hydrants, making water access difficult. The fire spread quickly between the structures, also damaging an outbuilding and power lines. Luckily, no injuries were reported. All homes were unoccupied at the time, probably some lake houses. But damage is estimated to exceed $1 million, and the cause remains under investigation.
Man. Construction begins today on a sidewalk improvement project in South Springfield. Crews will start work along East Sunset before moving to other nearby streets in the coming months. Be ready for that. The project aims to improve safety and bring sidewalks up to the Americans with Disabilities Act standards, ADA compliance. Drivers can expect lane closures. Through traffic will remain open in both directions, though, so you will be able to go, just fewer lanes to choose from. The overall project is expected to continue through next year.
That's awesome. I'm guessing those are like those little kind of bumpy pads before you get to intersections and things like that. That's
yeah. I mean, having a mom in a
that.
wheelchair, you become very aware of all the ADA luxuries, which are incredible to have in this country,
or lack thereof, right?
Well, yes, in some cases. I would say for the most part, America does well and Springfield does well.
Good.
But yeah, whenever there is something, you're like, oh, like you realize it whenever you need it. So
for sure. Well, City Utilities of Springfield is investigating nearly $10 million to improve power reliability. The plan includes tree trimming and replacing aging utility poles to reduce outages during storms. Officials say burying all power lines would be far too costly for customers, and recent efforts have already included upgrading infrastructure and converting some lines underground. The new investment will roll out during the upcoming fiscal year.
All right. Springfield City Council, meanwhile, is moving closer to setting limits on campaign donations. A proposal would cap individual contributions to mayoral and council candidates at just over $2,800. Very interesting, isn't it? That measure still needs approval from the full council. The goal is to match local rules with state campaign finance standards. Some details, including how to handle non-cash donations, are still being discussed.
That is interesting. I think it keeps from one big donor from giving a lot.
Yeah. I know that's good and bad, right? I mean, it depends on the candidate and on the person who can foot the bill, Yeah,
phone a friend. Phone a friend. Phone a friend. You need more friends.
I mean, I'm not running for political office, but I feel like if I were, I would get the beauty and the curse of that.
Yeah. I can't imagine. Okay, well,
if somebody really believes in you, it's going to cost more than $2,800 to buy you a commercial on television.
$2,800 for a commercial? I buy commercials
during prime time, like during an election season.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you can only get like maybe 4 commercials.
Well, you know what I'm saying? Like,
you're not going to get that frequency.
My point is that doesn't go very far.
You're right. Yes. I was going to say, I don't think one commercial is $2,800, but they are a couple $100 for sure.
Yeah.
If you guys ever wondered,
the timing matters. The timing, when are they airing?
Oh, when it runs. Absolutely. It has to run during the news. I mean, yeah. Okay. Well, Missouri lawmakers are considering a new fee on phone bills to support the 988 mental health hotline. The proposal would add about 65 cents per line each month to help fund crisis services. Calls to the hotline have surged in recent years, with demand continuing to grow. The bill has bipartisan backing, but is facing some opposition from some business groups.
Okay. A new restaurant is opening its doors in Springfield today. Today's the day. Hawaiian Brothers Island Grill will celebrate the grand opening on East Battlefield Road. I've seen it going up. It looks good. The first 100 customers today get a special giveaway, including gift cards. So you can go take part in that. Line up. The chain is known for its island-style plate lunches featuring chicken or pork with side dishes. The opening marks the brand's first location in Springfield.
I wonder if they have the macadamia nut pie. So my family used to live in Hawaii, so we're a little bit snobby when it comes to certain things from Hawaii, like shave ice. Like it's not a snow cone, it is shave ice. Like it's powdery, fluffy, no ice chips in it.
Yeah.
But a macadamia nut cream pie.
Is it heavenly?
It's amazing.
Yeah,
It's amazing.
That sounds good.
It's so good.
I love that you lived in Hawaii. I think I did know that about you. You look like an island girl.
I didn't, but my parents did. So I just visited them often. And I felt like I could say, oh, I've lived here.
Yeah. So your mom and dad lived there for how long?
Couple of years, 3 years. My sister graduated high school there. And we've got stories, but
we'll save
them for another day.
That counts.
Yeah. I mean, it's a real deal. You feel just a little unsettled sometimes because you are in the minority. I mean, there's a lot of like Hawaiians and natives, which is awesome because it's their island. But there were situations where my sister rode the public bus one time. And if she wasn't with my brother, she would have been like, dude, get off our bus. And she would have had to walk home from like North Shore. Yeah. With her surfboard.
That's wild. Yeah. I mean, it does feel like a whole new world, doesn't it? I've only been there once and for a short time, but I was like, wow. Yeah. It's interesting.
It's different if you're a tourist versus if you live there locally.
For sure. Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
But go eat at Hawaiian Bros. I'm sure
I need to. I've never been to one. So yeah, I'll have to do that. I'll have to give it a try. I see them in Kansas City. Like I've driven by them and thought, oh, I wonder what that is, but now I need to like go because we got it. I
like their vibe. Good thing to do on a Monday.
All right. Have a good one. Happy back to work day. Happy end of spring break day. It's going to be great. Don't worry. It's going to be great.
Okay. Bye.
All right. We'll see you tomorrow.
It's time for Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather, brought to you by Command Family Medicine, Heating and Air Paramedics, The Trailer Ranch, Hewitt Messenger, and Taylor Grubaugh Chevrolet. Here's your host, meteorologist Abby Dyer.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. I hope you enjoyed those weekend temperatures. Very toasty across the Ozarks, mid and upper 80s much of the weekend. It felt hot if you spent some time outdoors, but it was really kind of nice to feel those first couple days of the spring season, certainly feeling warmer than last weekend. That is for sure. Now it's the work week and we are waking up with kind of cold temperatures. We've got numbers in the 40s, upper 30s for a few, but it feels more like freezing this morning when you factor in the wind. Cold front came through late in the day yesterday with some gusty winds, gusts close to 40 miles an hour at times, and not a whole lot in the way of precip with this cold front. However, what we do have is much cooler weather with highs today expected only to make it to the upper 50s and low 60s. Cloud cover out there today too, and that's a change in the forecast as well as the north breeze. Winds today, I'm expecting them to stay anywhere from 10 to 20 miles an hour. So a breezy day in the forecast with cooler conditions. It'll be jacket weather again as we head out the door on this Monday. We do have partial sunshine expected in this forecast later today. I think that'll be just enough to get us into the low 60s in many locations. Temperatures, though, are going to be notably cooler to start this week than what we had around this weekend. It's another week, though, with this incredibly sharp warm up in the forecast, and we could be back in the 90s in just a couple of days. So some really wild swings as we start to see this transition of seasons move through the country. We will likely see temperatures dramatic warm up here as we go throughout the work week forecast. Not a whole lot of rain in the next several days. In fact, our next best chance for rain doesn't get here until Friday of this week, but it's another fast warm up in our future. And it's even possible that we could hit some record highs again later this week by the time we get to Thursday. Today, I mentioned, I think we make it to the low 60s just barely. Tomorrow will be pleasant, highs in the upper 60s and low 70s. And then we're back into the mid 80s on Thursday with near 90-degree temperatures possible again by Thursday. So it is a fast warm up in our future. Another frontal passage is in the forecast as we head into later parts of this week, and that is going to knock temperatures down once again. So it's a bit of a roller coaster ride. When we look at that extended forecast, conditions are going to likely remain very volatile here in terms of temperature in the forecast. And I do expect that numbers are going to be just hot by the time we get to Thursday. I mean, 90-degree temperatures. It will be very toasty, a summer-like day on Thursday afternoon with mostly sunny skies. And then a cold front comes through Thursday night into Friday, which will bring our next chance for storms. And it will also bring a cooler down as we head into next weekend. So the future weekend, not quite as warm and toasty as the weekend that just left us. Around the country, what's making headlines today? Not a ton. Much of the country, the center part at least, is experiencing some cooler weather compared to what we had around for the weekend. But we do have light rain happening for the Northwest today, as well as the Northern High Plains. They are going to see rain on Tuesday. Not a whole lot of other active weather across the country today. We had a few strong storms yesterday for the Central Plains, but that has now moved on. We will take a look at that around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather Brain Twister trivia question. And the question that I left you with on Friday was this: which country has the only national flag in the world that is not rectangular or square? Do you think it is A, Switzerland, B, Nepal, C, the Vatican City, or D, Japan? Well, did you know that Nepal is the only one? It is a concave pentagonal flag of red, white, and blue. It is used as both the state and civil flag of Nepal, and it is the only non-rectangular national flag in the world. The flag's unique shape is a combination of two single pennants, also known sometimes as a double pennon. So now you know. Congrats if B was your guess. Here's the next trivia question for you. This one's for tomorrow. Which U.S. president is the only one to ever receive a patent for an invention? Do you think it is A, Thomas Jefferson, B, Abraham Lincoln, C, George Washington, or D, Theodore Roosevelt? You can let me know your guess. That's at the website. It's aroundtheozarks.com. Thanks so much to our sponsors, Command Family Medicine, Heating and Air Paramedics, The Trailer Ranch, Hewitt Messenger, and Taylor Grubaugh Chevrolet. Thanks so much for listening early on this Monday. I sure appreciate it. Enjoy the day, but bring a jacket with you. High temperatures will only be near 60 degrees with a north wind. I'll catch you right back here first thing tomorrow.